Welcome again to the Silverhawk Medicine Lodge and the Revelation Book 2, the rest of the prophecy, and the Magical Mystery Tour. And our discourse today is the 12-strand DNA activation and what that's all about and how to bring ourselves back up to full spiritual recovery and power. DNA itself is so amazing. An abyss of wonderment here is who invented it? How was this invented? By the grand creator. Scientists gaze into the DNA and are seeing ways to move it around and change it, play with it. One wonders, do they ever fall into this abyss of wonderment of how this came into being in the first place? This very software program for life in all of its forms. All living things have DNA. And in the DNA strands is the formula for their being and expression, their body types, and how it all works together in an ecosystem harmony is so amazing. The thing about human beings is we have been operating on two strands. We have a dual strand DNA software program for our being. However, there are actually 12 strands that are invisible, are not activated right now. So this explains why we have been limited in our consciousness and our being. What will happen when we activate all 12 strands? You will have the drifter people of the future paradise world, the future mankind that become gods and goddesses. They'll have their full spiritual powers activated and abilities activated. The full consciousness potential of the human being is then activated. And we reach our full software program for being gods and goddesses and transcend death, become masters of time and space and levitation, psychic ability, precipitation. We will be able to integrate and activate changes in the ecosystem and properly steward it into perfection and harmony and balance as full-on empowered agents of the I Am. So once you reach this state, you're pretty much at your full potential as a being that could still be considered a level of physicality. However, you're of a much quickened and empowered variety. You become crystalline in your cell structure rather than a carbon-based being. You're crystalline-based, which will change the characteristics of your humanity very, very much so. So how do we activate all 12 strands? Well, we at the human level do not. We have to bring our human level into the divine level, the I Am level, through the Stargate in the heart chakra to the throne room of the I Am, and reestablish communion and communication and interaction with our higher self and begin to integrate our unity once again with our multi-leveled being. As we quicken our consciousness and our energies, the 10 dormant strands in our DNA begin to reactivate as we raise our consciousness and work with our I Am Source. We will, over time and through process, quicken and reactivate each of the dormant strands one by one, and in the process reawaken our spiritual powers and potentials. This is what the Essene Master Yeshua ben Joseph, aka Jesus, did in his mystery school journey, and through various spiritual practices in his travels. He entered the Egyptian mystery schools and traveled to the East and met masters and mystery schools in the East as well, and was initiated into various spiritual practices that quickened his evolution and recovery. And we can do the same thing. And this is what I'm promoting in my work, is to reactivate your personal mystery school with the I Am. And first of all, you have to desire to go beyond where you are. It's desire, the passion of desire, that will fuel your journey. You have to want the recovery. You have to come to a point where you're not fulfilled and satisfied with where you're at and how you are, and you want to go further. You want to go higher. You want to embrace the greatness of your true being, and be in this unity and this peace and love beyond understanding. You really have to desire this more than anything else. If you're still enthralled with duality dramas to the point where you're not interested in this, then you will stay in the duality dramas until you've had enough of them and you want to go beyond it. You want to go higher. You've outgrown the soap operas and dramas of duality. And you can go at any pace. You don't have to go the fast track. You can take this slowly, however it suits you, however you feel right. It's a matter of meditation and contemplation on the process as it goes along. But you're going to want to fully embrace your potential with great desire and wish to go higher. It's desire and passion and feeling for this unity, for this ascension process. That fuels the ascension process, because you will ask from the heart level for the quickening, for the ascension, and it will be given. The I Am is never in a place where we're waiting on it. It's always in the place where it is waiting on us. When you desire to go higher and greater and ascend your consciousness, it's there to meet you. It will bring you up, and it will tailor your ascension process in a custom way just for you. There's no one size fits all when it comes to spiritual recovery. That's why everyone is wise to have their own mystery school process of initiations And your higher self knows exactly how to handle everything, how to handle your personal ascension and what pace is right for you. This is one of the secrets and mysteries that need to be unveiled now, so that you can be empowered to ascend in your own process. Now, as the planetary ascension ensues and the planet is rising in frequency, it's going to have a tendency to reactivate everyone's DNA, and it's going to quicken the DNA in all forms of life on this planet. So it's important for us to be aware of this process and what lies ahead, so we can decide whether we really want to make this quantum leap or not, or whether we would like to defer it to another time, because the drifter world, the future paradise world, is a highly quickened world, and you're going to have to be in harmony with that. However, we have and will have time to raise ourselves with the planet through this process, and our own desire as we go along will fuel our journey. And the more you enter reactivation, it kind of pulls you along and raises your consciousness and will activate your full potential. And there are practices of the Raja Yoga, for instance, the Kundalini breath yoga, that can quicken this process and quicken your rise in vibratory rate and expansion of your consciousness. And you can, like I say, slow this down or speed it up as you desire. We are always in command and control of our own mystery school pace of our reactivation and reawakening. We are the ones, and we can direct this at the human level to a great degree. And your I Am knows what you can handle and what you're ready for better than you do. This is always the case, and you have this wisdom at the helm, and it knows us better than we know ourselves, and what is best for us at every moment and in every time period. So it all comes down to choice and desire as to what you want to become. Do you want to become greater and more expansive? And do you want to embrace your full potential as a being? So this is always up to us as a free will, sovereign choice, and no one else really has any authority to say otherwise. So until tomorrow, I wish you Amun Ra, Namaste, Carpe Diem, seize the day, Vaya con Dios, go with God, Aho.